My name is Patrick Osoi, the sixth, the leader of fighting brutality and impunity in Kenya, and also the presidential candidate for this great nation come 2027.
Patrick Osoi, the former KDF soldier who has become a thorn in the flesh of the state, has once again found himself on the receiving end of the state-sponsored violence. On Thursday evening in Nairobi, Osoi and members of his group were badly beaten and left nursing serious injuries after attending a SAFINA Party meeting at the invitation of businessman and politician Jimmy Wanjigi.
As you can see, I am injured on my head, and this is after we attended an NDC for SAFINA Party in solidarity to my friend Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi.
What unfolded outside the meeting was not a random street brawl. It was a calculated and well choreographed attack designed to send a message to Osoi and anyone else who dares to openly challenge the government. Eyewitnesses say the violence was brutal, indiscriminate, and carried out by goons working under the cover of the state. Attendees of the event, ordinary citizens who had only gathered to hear out a political message, were roughed up, robbed, and left scattered.
This is after we attended an NDC for SAFINA Party in solidarity to my friend Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi. After we left that place, we went as FBI movement to our people in that area.
The attack on Osoi is not just another incident of political thuggery. It reveals a deeper root in Kenya's political culture, where state power is now openly used to muzzle dissenting voices. The former soldier has been a consistent critique of the regime, daring President William RUTO in public and mobilizing disillusioned youth through his FBI movement. That defiance has not gone unnoticed, and the beating he suffered was no accident. It was punishment, a warning shot, and a blatant attempt to silence him.
Kwa sababu sijaelewa kuwa kama rais wetu William RUTO anaelewa majukumu yake kama rais wa Kenya. Kwa sababu hata zile miradi anaenda kuangalia sasa hivi, hayo si kasi ya rais. Actually anadunisha sana kiti cha urais katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Kuna mambo ambayo rais wetu wa Kenya ama rais anapaswa kufanya. Na moja hapo ikiwa ni kuangalia mahusiano yetu na nchi zingine.
Osoi's journey from the barracks to politics has been controversial but symbolic. A former member of the disciplined forces, he shot into the limelight after formed FBI movement, a group dedicated to fighting police brutality and impunity. The name alone rattled the establishment, and his boldness in challenging the state has put him under constant surveillance. He has been arrested before, accused of creating an illegal outfit, yet his movement continues to grow, especially among young people who feel abandoned by the government.
We follow the good model. So let us have experts come on board, because a president or me contesting for president doesn't mean that I'm a jack of all trades. I will work with experts to make sure that everything that is spoken is professional and it is in the books. And that will not be about me but about professionals.
Now, as he nurses injuries from the latest attack, Osoi is more than just a victim of political violence. He is a symbol of resistance in a country where dissent is increasingly treated as a crime. His decision to declare interest in running for the presidency in 2027 has further complicated matters. For a regime already paranoid about losing grip on power, the idea of battle-hardened ex-soldier with grassroots appeal stepping into the presidential ring is frightening. Thursday's violence was therefore not just about dispersing a crowd, it was about neutralizing a threat. The incident also shines a harsh light on the government's double standards. On one hand, it parades democracy and freedom of assembly. On the other hand, it unleashes armed gangs to intimidate and maim political opponents. What happened at the SAFINA meeting mirrors the dark days of one-party rule when violence was a state tool to suppress any challenge. That this is happening in 2025 under a regime that promised freedom, accountability, and respect for citizens is a betrayal.
Jina ni Patrick Nyambaka Osoi Ototi, ofisa mstaafu wa kikosi maalum cha KDF Special Forces and Special Operations, pia ofisa mstaafu wa kikosi cha ujasusi the Kenya National Intelligence Service of Kenya.
Kenya has a history of state-backed violence against dissenters, but Osoi's case is unique. He is not just another opposition figure. He is an ex-soldier with insider knowledge of how state machinery operates. He understands the system he is fighting against, and that makes him dangerous to those in power. His attackers were not just sending a message to him, they were sending it to anyone thinking of defying the state narrative.
Mimi nilipanga kuwa rais wa Kenya nilikuwa miaka 23. So wakati nilikuwa kwenye jeshi ya Kenya nilijua. Wakati niingia katika ujasusi nilijua. Hawa wakora wacheni niwaambie, na vile Caleb Amisi amesema, there can never be a new Kenya unless the young people we arise and take over the government and the leadership of this country.
But the violence may backfire. In the age of social media and instant citizen reporting, images of battered political figures travel faster than propaganda. The regime may have intended to silence Osoi, but in reality, it has handed him more credibility. He now stands not only as a presidential hopeful, but also as a victim of state excess, a man who has paid a physical price for standing up to power. That is the kind of narrative that galvanizes movements, not kills them.
So these people have been brought up in a selfish platform of politics, that which we want to change that narrative. There's a lot of selfishness in our politics today, so we want to bring that change.
The beating of Osoi also raises questions about the government's grip on democracy. If a presidential aspirant can be assaulted in public for attending a legal meeting, what hope is there for ordinary citizens? If the state can unleash violence to silence a former soldier, what happens to the voiceless poor who dare to complain about hunger, corruption, or the rising cost of living? Kenya is walking a dangerous path. Political violence dressed as random thuggery cannot be excused or normalized. Thursday's incident was not a street mugging, it was a state intimidation, and if the government believes that beating down Osoi will stop his message, it is mistaken. Every blow he suffered will now speak louder than any speech he would have given.
Mtu ambaye amefinyika kwa kidole, ile kitu naweza jifanyia peke yake ni kujiokoa. Lakini kama bado hujafinyika, unataka mtu akuje kupe kitu kidogo ndio akuibie, that is what is going to happen. You must say enough is, mimi kama pale Osoi kama nakuja kuwapea pesa ndio niwaibie, mniambie hatutaki.
The 2027 race is shaping up to be messy, and the establishment is already showing that it will not hesitate to use force to protect its grip on power. Patrick Osoi, bruised but not unbowed, has become the latest reminder that in Kenya, the price of dissent is blood.
My name is Patrick Osoi, the sixth, the leader of fighting brutality and impunity in Kenya, and also the presidential candidate for this great nation come 2027. As you can see, I am injured on my head, and this is after we attended an NDC for SAFINA Party in solidarity to my friend Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi. After we left that place, we went as FBI movement to our people in that area.
The real terrorism is found in brutality, in policies that starve the poor Kenyans, in bullets fired to minors, in corruption that kills hospitals, schools.